So the final stage in the Kinobody Physique development, or the Kinobody Physique classes, is what I call the Superhero Physique. I mean, you watch movies with like guys like, you know, Chris Hemsworth in Thor, Chris Evans in Captain America, or Henry Cavill in Man of Steel. They have that Hollywood physique, but they're carrying the highest level of muscle development. They're big, they're lean, but if they throw on a shirt or even a suit, they still look powerful. But they have that crisp look with that nice proportion. It doesn't look sloppy. It looks like, you know, just that absolute superhero physique. You got the small waist, big shoulders, you know, solid chest and arm development. And achieving that level of development takes a different sort of effort, okay? And so my superhero bulking program, it's crafted towards adding that highest level of muscle size as a natural. And so the way we go about it is you can't get to elite muscle development while trying to build everything at once, okay? Because as you get more advanced, it's harder to put on muscle, and so you need to specialize. So my superhero bulking program, we're doing 4 phases. The first phase is honed in on building the chest and back. So we're maintaining the size on our shoulders, arms, legs. We're still hitting those muscle groups. We're putting on more focus on the chest and the back. So in those 2 months, you're gonna start to see your chest really pops out. Your shoulders get wider because you have that more size to your back, and you start to make a massive difference. And then the next phase, we're transitioning into the shoulder phase, and that's my favorite. That's when your shoulders really start to pop. They get that rounded cap look, and you really create that masculine superhero physique. I mean, if you look at superheroes, one of the common pieces of criteria is they have incredible shoulders. That's what separates, you know, a lot of like, you know, guys that live in the gym and just bench press all day from like true superheroes, is that shoulder development. And even while you're doing the shoulder phase, we're still maintaining the results we made on the previous chest and back phase. And then we start to tie things in and we bring in the arms, so now our arms start to pop out. And the final phase is for tying everything in together. We're putting in more volume everywhere. It's 2 months and it is massive. If you're getting ready for a vacation or photo shoot, that last phase is great to kind of fill up everywhere. You can't do it year round because it's very taxing, but to kind of finish it off, it's very effective. Now, we're not doing any specific phases for the legs because the legs grow nicely on their own. You don't want to add too much size to the legs because they'll chafe together and they'll draw people's eyes downward. You want to have sleek, powerful, defined legs without adding too much mass. And so this sort of setup of hitting it in 4 phases really allows someone that's been training for, you know, 3, 4, 5, 10 plus years to experience incredible gains. Because when you try and focus on building everything at once, when you're past that beginner, intermediate, early advanced stage, you're setting yourself up for, you know, for just running around in circles. And so my Greek God program is great for people that want to build up to that Greek God physique. We want to take it to the next level. You got to do the superhero. And we're using primarily two different protocols. The first is reverse pyramid training. You always have to get stronger to build muscle. So, you know, doing the reverse pyramid training to build more strength, build that myofibrillar hypertrophy, milk out a ton of muscle out of those strength gains, and then we're tying it in with some rest pause work, which is brilliant at adding that, you know, the extra little bit of icing on cake, the extra 20%. So, you know, you're doing some heavy curls, and then we do some rest pause curls to, you know, pull in, you know, more nutrition to the muscles to get more of that pump there. And it's not the rest pause training isn't going to build permanent muscle. It's not going to be there for weeks. But when you continually train those 3 days a week and you do that rest pause training, you'll just start to hold more size. And so it's a nice kind of, it's like the icing on top of the cake. And so the Superhero Bulking Program is amazing if you have the base. It's not for beginners. It's for people that have already been training for, you know, at least 3 years, they're strong, and they want to take themselves to superhero status without gaining fat, because that's an important part is the nutrition protocols. We're using 2 different strategies that allow you to simultaneously, you know, build muscle while supporting a lean physique. And that's basically alternating between, you know, periods of higher calorie days to put yourself in a surplus and periods of low calorie days. And the low calorie days actually set the stage for building more muscle because it upregulates your anabolic receptors. It improves insulin sensitivity. So when you do a few days of low calorie days, you actually start to regain muscle really fast. It's a phenomenon where someone, if they're on a cut for a long time, then they start to go on a bulk, they start to fill it really fast. Or if they've been bulking for a long time, then they go on a cut and start to lean down really fast. It's because periods of lower calories, periods of higher calories will set the stage for the opposite. We're also doing intermittent fasting to give yourself a period every day to break down body fat and then set the stage for an incredible anabolic rebound. So when you tie all these pieces together, it's an incredibly effective program for building muscle while staying lean and adding muscle in a perfectly proportionate way for that superhero physique. You know, like Chris Evans, you know, Chris Hemsworth, Henry Cavill, that really highest level of muscle development.